Hey guys, it's DomesticKrys, and I'm here with a Tuesday Cruiseday where I'm finally going to share with you my planning, packing, and our cruise itinerary over the next few weeks. So first, we're so excited to be taking our very first ever cruise on the Disney Cruise Line. You know, I love Disney, and I just couldn't imagine cruising with any other ship for our maiden voyage. So first in this planning video, we're going to talk about when you should cruise, where do you want to go, how long do you want to be there, and how much do you want to spend. So let's first start with when. Traditionally, it's cheaper to cruise in the fall because there's bad weather sometimes. That's the hurricane season. I have family who cruise quite often, and they almost always cruise during this time of year because it is less expensive. And they said even when there's been bad weather, you wouldn't know it. Like instead of, they might change your activities. Like instead of going to a port, you might stay out on sea, and they're going to avoid the storm that's coming. Something like that, or you might stay in port a little longer because they don't want to go out to the sea. So be a little flexible if you can. You may have to stay out to sea a little longer. Free cruise days. I don't know how often that actually happens, but that is a possibility if there is bad weather during your cruise. Also, most people have sent their children back to school during the fall, although people will take their children out to come on the cruise, but you're probably not going to see sold out cruises during the fall time. So we decided to go in the fall because it was cheaper. Disney is known for having some of the most expensive cruises, and so we wanted to go when it was less expensive. We didn't want it to be too hot. We didn't want it to be too cold. We wanted to just have nice weather, all things considered, and have a less expensive time. So that's why we decided to go when we wanted to go. Maybe you can only go when you have fall break, spring break, Christmas break, whatever, and so then you need to adjust at that time. We booked this cruise for September 2017, way back in early 2016 is when summer 2017 dates became available. So look at that. So then decide, where do you want to go? Disney Cruise Line doesn't just leave from Port Canaveral in Florida. They leave from New York, they leave from Texas, they leave from California, they leave from Canada, they leave from everywhere, a lot of places, and they go a lot of places. Do you want to go to the Bahamas? Do you want to go to the Caribbean? Do you want to go on a one-way trek to an island somewhere and fly yourself back? Do you want to go to Europe? Do you want to go to the Mediterranean? Do you want to go on the East Coast, West Coast? There's a number of places you can go. They have a ton of itineraries. You can go 3 nights, 4 nights, 5 nights, 7 nights plus, depending on where you want to go and what you want to do. So we're taking a 7-night, even though it's our first time cruising. I did a lot of research, and we wanted to take a big vacation, so we pretty much off the bat knew we wanted to go for a whole week. But also you have more activities on the cruise for that amount of time. You do have to go through a safety tour when you get on, so that in the event of an evacuation, you would know what to do. They do that before you leave. So some people kind of feel like they get on, they go out, they get off on the shorter cruises. And so for a first time cruise, we didn't really want to do that. So we decided that the 7-night cruise locally-ish was Eastern Caribbean. And so that's what we decided to do. And we're really excited about it. So that all kind of went in also with how long do you want to go? Do you have an extended period of time that you can take a week or more? Do you just have a weekend that you can cruise? The 3 nights usually cruise through the weekend. I believe it is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you'll get back on Sunday, time to go to work. And then, or the 4 nights are usually during the week. And some people book back to back 4 nights during the week, then 3 nights on the weekend, or vice versa. Sometimes it can be less expensive than a whole week that way, and you get to go to Castaway Cay twice. They are having some shorter itineraries where they're bringing about Castaway Cay twice also, so look for that. If you've cruised before, I hear Castaway Cay is amazing, and everybody just loves to go there, so that would have been neat to go there twice. So maybe in the future we can do that. But there are options and itineraries to do that. And they even have where you can, if your agent or you are able to book both of your cruises in the same stateroom, that you can actually leave your belongings in your room while you have to exit the ship while they do all their stuff, but you don't have to bring your stuff with you or pack it up because it's in your same stateroom. So there are some pros to doing that. And then how much do you want to spend on your vacation? How much do you have to spend? How much time do you have? We had a long time to plan for this, but we knew that we were going to use a portion or majority of our tax return to pay for the trip because there's airfare, we're not driving this time, we're flying, there's hotel nights, we're deciding to stay the night before the cruise, we're staying afterwards and doing a couple, it's kind of land and sea package, 2 nights in the park after. So we knew there was going to be a lot of cost in this, as well as, some custom t-shirts and dresses and some different things. We're really going big. Also, we'll be going, what kinds of things do you want to do while you're on the cruise? Plan it, but don't plan too much. We are going to relax. I'm most looking forward to not having to cook for a whole week. Although I do love cooking, I am really excited that I don't have to wash dishes, prep food, make food, shop for food. I just get to eat really good food and not have to deal with the cleanup. That's what I'm really most excited about. So those are just some things to consider. I'll get into it later, how much our cruise is, what kinds of things that we're doing in another video. So be sure to stay tuned for that. But have you been on a Disney cruise? Are you planning a Disney cruise in the future? If so, when do you think you're going to go? How long are you going to be there? And how much is your budget for this? Because I'd love to help you stretch that budget even farther. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of Cruise Day Tuesday, and I hope to see you real soon.